Hello and welcome to the National Debate. I'm Madhavdas GK. Viewers, we're on the cusp of yet another crucial electoral battle of prestige between the NDA and the India bloc, as the Bihar elections will pave the way for a series of elections in 2026 and 2027. The special intensive revision exercise in Bihar ahead of the upcoming state assembly polls has struck a raw nerve with the opposition because they believe this is not just about Bihar alone. Opposition believes that Bihar is just the start or an experiment that the Election Commission could then pull off in other states too and work towards giving the BJP an advantage by removing voters from the list who may have traditionally voted against the NDA. Now, they are saying that this will impact the minorities and backward communities. Election Commission, however, has made it clear that the special intensive revision is not an unprecedented exercise as is being portrayed, but is rather a periodic exercise that is necessary to ensure the voter rolls are updated and ineligible voters are weeded out. In other words, the EC says this is constitutionally valid. Now, the Supreme Court has refused to stay the exercise, but has spoken of considering Aadhaar cards and a few other cards as well. Interestingly, now the same Congress party that once moved the Supreme Court, calling the process of linking Aadhaar to voter ID a violation, the same Congress party today is asking why the Aadhaar is not being recognized as a valid ID for the electoral rolls. So is the Election Commission's process really flawed, or is there a deliberate attempt by some to muddy the waters ahead of upcoming elections? To talk about that, we have with us here in the studio R.P. Singh, National Spokesperson of the BJP. We have Dr. A.K. Bajpai, National Chief Spokesperson of the LJP-R. Also with us here in the studio is Shekhar Iyer, Senior Journalist. Ashwini Kumar Mishra is Leader of the Congress Party. Professor Akhil Swami is a political analyst, leans towards the Congress Party. We have Shyam Kumar, Spokesperson of RJD. Also with us is Nivyan Sharma, spokesperson of the I.N.D.I.A party. Let's go across to the first point that we are discussing at the moment. And this is the first talking point that we are discussing. What exactly has happened in the Supreme Court? Let's try and break this down for you viewers. This is the charge that there's a veiled attempt to disenfranchise lakhs of voters. Charge number 2, if you can quickly bring it up, is that S.I.R will arbitrarily disrupt free and fair polls. This is also what the petitioners have said, that unreasonably short timeline being given for the revision. They further added that conspiracy to favor the ruling NDA is another charge that has been made, and what's the urgency to complete the S.I.R in 25 days is another allegation being made by petitioners. No transparency, due process is not being followed is yet another charge. They've said that the integrity of the electoral process is under threat. Now, this is a large number of the petitioners have said. Let's also take a quick look at what the Supreme Court has said in this entire matter before we go ahead. If we can get the next set of graphics as well. The Supreme Court has also in fact come out to talk about this. They've said that the poll panel can continue with the S.I.R. This is the first observation of the Supreme Court. They've said that this is a democratic process and can't stay this process. They've also, of course, gone on to add that EC has the power to do what it's currently doing. This is a very, very important observation. They've also gone to add, or an observation, it's not an order, so it's not binding on the Election Commission, but they have suggested that Aadhaar, as well as a few other cards, including ration card and epic cards, should be accepted by the Election Commission. They've said that they must consider the voter ID and ration card, as I mentioned, of the Supreme Court. These clearly, of course, are, all right, this is very clearly what has been stated. And before we go ahead, let's look at which are the documents that are currently being accepted by the Election Commission as citizenship proof. Remember that the EC says that Aadhaar is accepted, but only as an ID proof or an identity proof. It's not a citizenship proof because anybody can go and get an Aadhaar made. So what are the ones that are accepted? The ID issued by the central or state government. Let's go on to the next one. This is the pension payment order. The third one, let's quickly bring it up. The ID certified by the government, local authorities, banks, post office, LIC, PSUs prior to July 1st, 1987. Fourth, birth certificate. Fifth, if you can quickly bring it up on the screen, the passport. Sixth, if you can bring that as well, educational certificate from boards or universities. Number 7 is a permanent residence certificate. Number 8 is a forest rights certificate. Number 9 is any caste certificate. Number 10, family register. Number 11, land or house allotment certificate. Let's quickly throw this open to our guest now joining us here. Let me come across to you first. Ashwini, the point being made over here is this. Yes, I will.
No, very small point. You missed on something very important.
What is that?
You mentioned 11 of the document. There's a 12th also, which is ERO can identify a person and
yeah, but that's not a list of IDs.
No,
we are talking about the IDs. I'll come to that. You can come to that debate. But Ashwini, the point being made over here is this, that at the end of the day, you are saying that SC, STs are being deprived, minorities are being deprived. Caste certificate is something that they would have with them. Why then make this narrative? Because is this nothing but a push for vote bank politics is the charge that repeatedly comes from BJP side. Your response, Ashwini, to that?
Madhav, BJP's inclusiveness is just smoke and mirror, just another smoke and mirror kind of promises. And what they are doing using election commission there is essentially they are trimming the democracy. And all the people of Bihar, deprived of Bihar, are in the waiting list of democracy.
Why didn't the court stop it then? Court said this is as per rules.
No, courts put an observation. Courts is not like a media trial where they can give a decision in the day one when the issue
court is the trial.
No,
court is the one that can
work like a media trial where you give a decision in the very first day. Court takes the list of things they have in hand, and based on that they take a decision. So court said they will decide on 28th. However, they put up a very important.
Intervene.
They can't intervene in the process, but they said once the results are out, we will decide what is the outcome of it. That point of time we'll decide, and they gave a very important observation. And look at the hypocrisy of Bharatiya Janata Party here, Madhav. Aadhaar card is the primary identification for getting 85,000 people ration, right? So essentially Modi ji can give people ration for 85 crore people based on Aadhaar card, but those people cannot get basically contest the vote based on the Aadhaar card. These two another important document, ration card and voter ID card, they were part of 2002 S.I.R. They were part of 2002, but they are not considered as a valid document. The same voter ID card, Modi won the election in 2024. If those voter lists were so
but their counter to that is, and why is Mr. Surjewala in 2022 going to the Supreme Court, against the linking of Aadhaar and the ID card? Because back then, if you're now today pitching Aadhaar card, then you should not have been against it 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Both are different. Identifications. Why link them together? If you want to link them, then don't issue the other one. Aadhaar card is meant for separate identification, voter ID card meant for separate identification. And why we were against for it? Why we were against for it?
What's the problem with
violation of the privacy?
How?
The violation of the privacy when you start linking the personal information which is basically biometric data to a voter identification, there could be a lot of data leaks.
Okay, this is violation of privacy we were opposing. RP Singh, respond. We were opposing the violation of privacy. This is a totally different matter related to the polls. Therefore, it is okay to oppose Aadhaar and the electoral vote linkage. But in this case, Aadhaar should be used to identify and make voters. Your response to that?
Mother, very simple. Court could have ordered for this. They have suggested that you should incorporate that, but has not said that you should do it. There's a difference between suggestion and doing it. But let me give you a name. The name is Muhammad Sadiq from Dhubri, contested election, and Aadhaar, he has every proof in 2019 from Assam, from Dhubri, and later he was found he was a Bangladeshi, and his election was countermanded. His election has been countermanded. I mean, there are more cases, but Kamaluddin, another gentleman, and there is another gentleman by name of Karimuddin. These people contested election, but I am not naming those because they didn't have the Aadhaar as a proof. But gentleman has Aadhaar as a proof. So,
and who is Aadhaar card?
Sir, I didn't interrupt it.
Okay. Make your point. Complete your point. Yeah.
So, issue is who issue Aadhaar is not an issue. Aadhaar is not a proof of citizenship. Aadhaar is an identity proof that yes, you are this gentleman with this fingerprint, this name, and this date of birth.
Okay.
But not the citizenship.
This is a very important point. Mr. Shamkumar, I want you to comment on this because he is saying this shows how the process can be vitiated, how the Aadhaar card, which is essentially an identity card, for the identity purposes it is relevant. Such a card can be misused, is what he is saying. Please respond to him.
See, one thing is very clear. I have that observation that Honorable Supreme Court has given. Let us debate on the topic. Aadhaar, Honorable Supreme Court has already...
It's relevant to the topic.
Yeah,
if it can be misused by a candidate, then surely voters can misuse it.
Definitely, but Honorable Supreme Court has given categorically very clear observation on this ground. Even Aadhaar, ration card, voter ID should be considered. should be considered. See, this is a Honorable Supreme Court suggested. Think on that. And the second very important point to be noted, Madhav, here, that the EC has to file all their reply by the 21st of the July. That means that Honorable Supreme Court has given sufficient time to think on the ground. What are the ground realities? That this is a very important point. One has to understand that what we were fighting as a party, for the people at margin, we have already discussed in so many other debates with you. So that is going to be realized very soon. And I am greatly thankful to Honorable Supreme Court speaking in the defense of justice. So all the points, if you look at, for example, the EC has to file reply. 28 is a very near one. So that is not far away. There is absolutely not far away. Whatever we were demanding, that is very close. We are also waiting and watching.
Mr. Vajpayee, I want you to respond to that. He says whatever we were demanding, the Supreme Court has in a sense accepted, because now EC will have to give the reasons when it comes on the 21st to reply to the Supreme Court. Do you agree with his argument? Because he says the Supreme Court has now put EC in the dock. That is what he appears to be saying.
That is a normal procedure. Once a petition is filed, the court take cognizance and the notices are issued, and we are bound to file the reply. What is our plan? But what had happened yesterday? Yesterday, the crucial argument was whether the Election Commission of India can go into the question of citizenship or not. Now see Article 326, what it says. It is a constitutional mandate to the Election Commission of India that who can cast the vote, who is citizen of India, number one. Number two, who is above 18 years old, and number three, who is not otherwise disqualified. So because of Article 326, the Election Commission of India is making all exercise. And admittedly, Aadhaar card is not a proof of citizenship. That's a difficult point. So the Supreme Court appreciated this fact, and that's why no stay was granted. Please mind it. Only the verdict the Election Commission will consider, including of Aadhaar card, ration card, and the one more document. Now see the form which is Bihar State has issued, Election Commission has issued. There is one column of Aadhaar card also, but in the bracket it is written it is optional. So Aadhaar card is already being considered. But the point of debate is whether Aadhaar card can be a document by virtue of which citizenship can be decided. Because the exercise is no Bangladeshi should be there, no Ghuspetia should be there. Only the citizen of India can cast the vote.
Correct.
So entire exercise is being done under the mandated of the Constitution.
Okay.
So please don't make allegations. The Election Commission of India, it's a constitutional body. And what happened in Maharashtra? They made 100 allegations. The petition was filed in the High Court. High Court examined everything and dismissed their petition.
Okay.
So they are in the habit of doing all these things.
Okay, I want to bring in Professor Swami. Let everyone make the opening comments. Professor Swami, the point being made is very simple. Maharashtra, there were a series of charges. There were, allegations of Mr. Fadnavis's constituency, other constituencies. Matter goes to High Court, and he is saying that High Court has rejected that petition. The point being made, and the Election Commission is saying that if you are raising questions of the purity of the voter lists, and we are taking the biggest tool, the heaviest tool that we have that we can, which is the special intensive revision, why do you still have a problem with this? Because this is the tool that we have to implement and make sure that the voter list is the purest possible. Your objection?
देखिए, जब संविधान सभा ने और बाबा साहब भीमराव अंबेडकर ने संविधान बनाया था, उन्होंने ये सोचा था कि देश की जनता सरकार चुनेगी. अब हमें पता चला मोदी जी की सरकार आने के बाद अब सरकार चुनेगी कौन वोटर है. यहां पे जब एमए एंटायर पॉलिटिकल साइंस की डिग्री पे प्रश्न हो, मैरिटल स्टेटस पे प्रश्न हो, जो सरकार
Strong objection to this.
No personal comments.
No. I take strong objection to this.
Let me just come.
This is rubbish.
I'm coming.
This is rubbish.
Our courts have seen of this
मैंने
matter.
किसका
One
नाम
second,
लिया?
Mr.
मैंने किसका नाम लिया?
They are discussing.
मैंने किसका नाम लिया?
One second.
ये पर्सनल कैसे हो गया?
Let us
किसका
not-
नाम लिया?
Talking about marital status, that is a personal
अरे,
comment to make. Let us not get
अरे,
into that debate.
ठीक
Let us
है,
please.
चलिए, ठीक
People of this country
चलिए,
are
ठीक है।
watching us. They want to know about
ठीक है,
how the
ठीक है,
electoral process
ठीक
is happening, how voter list revision
ठीक
is
है।
happening. Let us stick to that. You can
ठीक है।
criticize the election commission. I have no problem.
ठीक है।
You can
इसका
criticize
मतलब
me
ये
also,
है
but no personal
कि
comments, please,
केंद्र
because it will
सरकार
degenerate to
जो
another kind of
आधार
debate.
बनाए उसमें गलतियां हो सकती हैं. हाई स्कूल सर्टिफिकेट में गलतियां क्यों नहीं हो सकती? इसका मतलब यह है कि आपकी सरकार पंगु है. आप जो चीज खुद अपने हाथ से बता रहे हैं उसको कह रहे हैं ये चीज गलत है.
तो आपके पास 11 ऑप्शंस हैं. 11 में से एक भी गलत हो तो आपके पास दूसरा ऑप्शन है.
एक चीज और आपने जो कहा मुसलमानों के नाम कटेंगे, मुसलमान इतने बुद्धिमान हैं या ज्यादा कॉशियस थे?
किसने कहा?
इसलिए
आपके
मैं
पार्टी के नेता कह रहे हैं।
मेरा ओपिनियन है, मेरा कोई नेता नहीं है।
आपने कहा,
मेरा कोई नहीं, मैं कह रहा हूं 11 डॉक्यूमेंट
आपने कहा,
मैंने तो कहा ही नहीं, मैं इनसे पूछ रहा हूं।
मुसलमानों ने 11 डॉक्यूमेंट बनवा लिए थे, उन्होंने पासपोर्ट बनवा लिए थे। इसमें मारे जाएंगे मुसहर समाज के लोग, पासी समाज के लोग, इसमें मारे जाएंगे अति दलित। और मैं इनसे पूछूंगा
कैसे?
मैं बता रहा हूं, क्योंकि जो अनपढ़ आदमी है, जिसका कोई मकान नहीं है, जिसकी कोई जन्म तिथि नहीं है, केवल आधार कार्ड और राशन कार्ड उसके पास है, ये लोग मुसलमान तो रोहिंग्या नहीं बनेंगे, मेरे देश के अति दलित और अति पिछड़े बन जाएंगे रोहिंग्या। अरे आपके
कास्ट सर्टिफिकेट तो होगा उनके पास, अगर वो गवर्नमेंट बेनिफिट्स ले रहे हैं, उनके पास मुखिया होगा, सरपंच होगा, पिटीशन दे सकते हैं इलेक्शन कमीशन के ऑफिशियल्स के सामने, सुनवाई होगी, पूरी जो प्रक्रिया।
अरे सारे आरएसएस के लोग तो बन गए हैं, बीएलओ और बीएलए, कहां सुनवाई?
गलत बात है, ये गलत बात है।
डिस्क्रिप्शन दे दिया है,
सारे पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के नेता हैं, आरजेडी के नेता हैं, 60,000 आपके बीएलए हैं, जरा उनको बताइए, इज इट अ करेक्ट फैक्ट टू से दैट आरएसएस men are the only ones who are agents? Is this correct?
Sir, you take, please, can it?
No, but correct. Let's stick to a point. Let's go point by point. Do you agree with him?
I have a different point.
No, do you agree with him?
See, parties are not competent authority for everything, sir.
Sir, you have agents.
That's fine.
BLA, ये BLA कह रहे हैं,
Sir,
ये booth level agents कौन से पार्टी से आते हैं?
competent authority is the Election Commission of India.
Yeah.
Sir, Madhav,
Correct.
2 लाख सरकारी जो कर्मचारी हैं, 2 लाख जो टीचर हैं, वो सब आरएसएस के
आप एक बात समझिए
आप
माधव,
लोगों ने केवल आरएसएस के लोग भरे हैं।
माधव एक
केवल आरएसएस के लोग
Let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. Let me bring in Shekhar Iyer and him as well. Shekhar Iyer, is this a correct statement to make that the booth level agents, now these are agents that all political parties have. They are the ones who are there through the electoral process. We know it's not only Bihar. In every state, the BLA, the booth level officers are of course those appointed by the Election Commission. So every party has a very clear stake in observing the process, not just the poll process, but even the voter list process. So let us clarify this point. Would like to respond to what Mr. Swami is saying.
No, well, you see, all the parties, they are using their booth level assistants to actually get as many as people cleared of any problem with their voter card. That is there. But I think, this whole debate is throwing up 2-3 things. Now, one question is whether, what is the exercise to disenfranchise whom? Number one. Number two, how do we tackle this problem of oversaturation of Aadhaar card? See, in one particular region in Bihar, for instance, Himachal, where for every 100 people in that region, I mean involving 4 areas, particularly Kishanganj, Purnia, Kathiawar and Araria, for every 100 people there are 125 Aadhaar cards. So obviously the exercise, somewhere it has to start.
Yeah, so no, these are one by one. Let's go one by one. We'll go one by one. Sir, you can respond. You can respond. Let's go one by one.
किसने बनवाया नहीं, किसने बनवा लिया? See, that is the question. The question is, all these districts have seen demographic changes. This is a concern of everybody. But the whole debate sometimes makes me wonder, is it about some parties feeling that they have a right to have foreigners or illegal immigrants as their voters and they should not be removed?
Okay.
Because somewhere along the debate is going on those lines also.
Okay. And in fact, this is what the I.N.D.I.A website itself says, and that is where this data is from, which he is referring to. The data refers to Kishanganj, Araria, Supol, Purnia, Katihar, Bhagalpur, not Bhagalpur actually, Banka, West Champaran, East Champaran, Patna, Muzaffarpur, Kaimur, Siwan, Buxar, Rohtas and Sitamarhi and Aurangabad. All are areas where in fact these are the areas. In fact, let me just quickly look at what the I.N.D.I.A website itself is saying. Kishanganj 126%. Let's go across to the next district, Araria, it's 123%. Next district, if you can quickly pull it up, Purnia 21%. Next district, Katihar 123%. The next district, we can quickly pull it up on the screen. All right, this is the only one we have, but there are at least another 8 to 10 other districts. I want you to comment on this. If there is a demographic change, let us assume that what he is saying is correct, then this is a valid concern. It is possible, and the very fact that Election Commission is saying it is possible that people who may have come from some other country may come to our country and got the Aadhaar card made. Should we necessarily make them citizens and give them voting rights then? Because this comes down to what really we are as a country and who really can vote and participate in our electoral process.
So this is a very serious thing that we are talking about, discussing. It's very serious, very concerning. I was listening to the BJP spokesperson. इन्होंने clearly बोला, आपने, when you said there are 11 documents, he said no, it's 12. So this is the mess that they have created. Her rows, every day they are coming up with something new. Every day they are talking about something new. They have made a complete mess of a procedure. एक प्रोसीजर का मजाक बना दिया इन लोगों ने 2021 में। सर आप प्लीज मुझे बोलने दीजिए, आपके बीच में कोई बोलता है आपको बुरा लगता है, मुझे बोलने दीजिए।
मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है,
कोई बात नहीं, आप बोलने दीजिए, बोलने दीजिए। 2021 they were jumping, they were saying कि अब हम आधार से उसको लिंक करेंगे, सारे बांग्लादेशी पकड़े जाएंगे, सबका वोटर क्लियर हो जाएगा। क्या हुआ उसका? They have to accept that they have failed. They couldn't do it. अब 126% अगर आधार आ रहे हैं तो this is their failure. They have to accept it. कैसे हो गए 126%? They have to answer. But what they are saying is एक महीने के अंदर हम इसको सुधार देंगे। कैसे सुधार देंगे? 10 साल से आप क्यों नहीं सुधार पाए? नंबर एक, इसका पायलट they have run in Delhi and they have succeeded. दिल्ली के अंदर इनके ऑफिस बेयरर्स ने 10-10 वोट कटवाए हैं, उससे ये दिल्ली में जीते हैं। ये पायलट इन्होंने सक्सेसफुल किया। नाउ दे वांट टू डू इट इन बिहार इन 1 month. Tell me one agency in India who can do this 7.9 crore voters check list in 1 month. They cannot do it. ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ मौके
It was from July 15th to August 14th in 2003. It was a process of about 30 days then as well. This is, to the best of my knowledge, the information available in terms of the time given. But I want to respond to the point he made. If in 2022 you are pushing for the linkage and somewhere or the other is the central government not responsible if there's such a huge violation and huge number of people who are not entitled to have got the Aadhaar? That's the question he's asking. Respond, RP.
I just now, at the start of the debate, named few people who got elected on basis of this. And contest election has been countermand. You can check on this. I'm giving the names also. I've sent you the name on the WhatsApp. But the issue is another. Just recently in 2023 election in Telangana, 22 lakh voters were deleted. And Congress were clapping and thanking the election commission, saying, thank you so much. You have helped us to contest the election in a rightful manner. This is not of
there's no rightful manner here,
This is not issue of defranchising anyone. This is ensuring that inclusion of the rightful people, the citizens who have the right to vote. Not, I'm again saying, this is not a process of defranchising anyone. No one will be defranchised. I'm assuring you on this. But this is basically ensuring that only those are included who are citizens. One. Secondly, 5.4 lakh voters were taken out from Hyderabad. And Mr. Owaisi won even after that. Owaisi won even after that. Even then, Mr. Owaisi was welcoming that. Yes, thank you so much. But now, all of a sudden, things have changed.
Okay,
because
quick response.
Give me a second.
This is their micromanagement.
Quickly, conclude.
This is the micromanagement.
Okay, let him conclude. I'm coming with you. Conclude your point.
This is reason now.
पब्लिक प्राइवेट स्कूल है, सरकारी है, सरकारी है।
Who is this?
Rahul Gandhi asking women.
अब तो इंटर में चले, सरकारी में पहले से बहुत अच्छे बेहतर हैं।
हाँ।
पहले से बेहतर हैं।
क्या क्या सीखते हैं उसमें?
उसमें कंप्यूटर भी है लोगों के लिए।
ऐसे वीडियो केजरीवाल।
No, what is the point?
This is Rahul Gandhi asking a woman in Bihar, how are the schools? She says, very good schools. Your children study English? She said yes. Our children study.
How is that linked to this?
This is linked. I'll tell you reason.
Why is that linked to this? Why is it linked to this debate?
This is linked because a politician can understand the pulse. They know they have lost the ground, so build up a narrative. Build up a false narrative because they know they lost the ground.
Okay, Nevan, quick response.
माइक्रो मैनेजमेंट ये पूरे देश में जाके सुनाते हैं, माइक्रो मैनेजमेंट करते हैं तभी जीते हैं। ये माइक्रो मैनेजमेंट इन लोगों की है, इनके जो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स होते हैं 10-10
राहुल गांधी जाकर पकड़ते हैं, बात करते हैं, 10 महिला
सारे पार्टी
10-15% वोटों को मैनिपुलेट करके जीते जाते हैं। इनकी चोरी हमने कैमरे पे पकड़ी है, आपको ट्रस्ट करते हैं? इनकी चोरी कैमरे पे पकड़ी गई थी चंडीगढ़ में इनका ऑब्जर्वर अपॉइंट था, वो कैमरे पे चोरी कर रहा था, मेयर का इलेक्शन चुराया इन लोगों ने। सुप्रीम कोर्ट को मान लीजिए, मान लीजिए कोर्ट ने इनको बोला मर्डरर्स ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी। आप नहीं मानेंगे, ये इनकी नीयत पे डाउट है। हमें हर चुनाव को चुराने की कोशिश करते हैं हमारे देश में, चोरी करके जीतना चाहते हैं ये लोग। और आज यहाँ के ज्ञान दे रहे हैं, एक महीने के अंदर ये बिहार का चुनाव।
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking the point that you've raised. RP Singh, quick response. He's saying that even the Supreme Court has come down in the case of Mr. Massey, who they say was caught stealing the election with ballot papers.
No. So on ballot paper, na. But this is about.
उसका खंडन किया एक नेता ने उनको, आज भी बीजेपी में है वो, ये बताएं उन्होंने सस्पेंड किया।
जवाब सुन लीजिए, ऐसे मत करिए, बिकॉज़ हर कोई चीखने लगा तो बहुत मुश्किल होगा। Please respond, RP Singh.
But the bigger issue is that they're raising question on how it can be done in 21 days.
Bigger issue is कि इन्होंने चुनाव
No, like this. Nevan, like this, others will start shouting when you speak. This is not correct. No.
Bigger issue की बात करते हैं।
It's okay. You made a point now. patient and listen to the response.
1 लाख BLOs हैं, 1 लाख उनके असिस्टेंट हैं, 7,75,000 में से कुल 7 करोड़ 75 लाख में से 3 करोड़ की चेकिंग होनी है। घर पे जाता है, 25 घर चेक कर सकता है, 25 वोटर चेक कर सकता है, मिलाकर 7 करोड़ 75 लाख लोगों को चेक कर सकता है। कुल 3 करोड़ करने हैं।
Okay.
तो इट्स नॉट अ डिफिकल्ट प्रोसेस एट ऑल।
Okay.
Finally, we're meeting after all these years.
Right on schedule.
So, what beast are you driving these days?
Well, tough and adventurous. You?
Quiet and intelligent. 2 technologies.
Endless possibilities.
Grand Vitara Strong Hybrid. All grip select driven by tech.
Catch Lokesh Chandra at the India Climate Summit spotlighting how solar power is transforming farming in Maharashtra.
One big target which we have taken is for 100% solarization of agriculture feeder, which is the legally solar power irrigation.
Catch the second edition of the Times Network India Climate Summit at these times only on the Times Network.
When the alarm goes off, the morning news turns on. From politics to global news, sports and entertainment to videos that go viral on social media. We cover it all. Every morning that matters you first comes only on the morning news app.
Let's look at now, let's quickly calm down for a moment and take a look at what Election Commission has said so far on this entire issue as to why this entire revision is so important. They have said, at least as far as Aadhaar is concerned, they said the Aadhaar and voter IDs are part of the documentation. However, Aadhaar is considered in the ongoing SIR drive, but only as an identity proof. Aadhaar doesn't prove eligibility to vote. In other words, citizenship is contentious when it comes to Aadhaar. Aadhaar is helpful in verifying the person's identity, as we were discussing a short while earlier. This is what EC has said as far as Aadhaar itself is concerned. What about the timeline as far as this issue is concerned? We've seen that in 2021, the government had proposed the linking of voter ID and Aadhaar. We had seen the Congress protest in Parliament opposing the move at that point of time as well. We have Mr. Ranjit Singh Surjewala has filed a petition in the Supreme Court in 2022, as we were discussing a short while earlier, and also saying that linking of Aadhaar with the voter ID is a violation. This is the stand that had been taken by the Congress party. In 2025, the Congress is opposing EC's voter roll revision, saying that Congress wants ECI to accept Aadhaar to verify identity. Why does it want to do that? Of course, it's a separate issue altogether. Let's quickly take a look at some more aspects of this. One big issue is, of course, the entire phase-wise revision plan. The entire allegation that this is all happening through backdoor. The house-to-house survey is to happen from June 25th to 26th is when it's going to start. The draft voter list publication starts from August 1st. We have claims and objections, another opportunity from August 1st to the 1st of September. We have the final voter list publication by September 20th. So there's around 3 months of time frame as far as the entire process is concerned. Naturally, I want you to come in on this. If there is a period of about 90 days roughly for the entire process, do you not think that this is enough for the Election Commission to do a thorough exercise?
Let me bring in two most important points, or rather observations Supreme Court said. One, Supreme Court asked who's ECI to decide the citizenship. That was a very important observation by Supreme Court. Why we are discussing the citizenship here? It wasn't, they raised it very well. And second thing, if I look at the data.
But they answered that in the final order.
Because let me say so. Sir, let me.
Okay, make your point.
Let me speak. Now, if you look at Bihar, in Bihar, more than 25% people are secondary dropouts, more than 25%. That means 25% people doesn't have but this 10th mark sheet. And if you look at the beneficiary caste-based system, hardly 30% are beneficiaries of this whole caste-based benefits given. So we can fairly assume there's a huge population in Bihar who's neither having a caste certificate, neither having a property certificates, and neither having a 10th degree. What kind of document those guys will provide? Moreover, ration card and voter ID card were the value has been always been the valid documents for any person to contest a vote. Now those are also being removed. Those are the very important questions, because we are looking at least 10 to 15% people who will not have all those identity cards listed by the ACI.
What about the undertaking provision? Can the undertaking not be given?
Now look at the kind of ecosystem we have in the villages, where a person who doesn't understand, who's not educated, do you think he can generate all these documents?
His panchayat head can do it. Today people are fairly educated, sir, and there are booth level agents. There are booth level agents to help you to do that.
I belong to a village in UP, and the kind of literacy rate, their kind of relationship people have with the Gram Panchayat, Gram Pradhan, there are groupism there as well. Pradhan may not issue certificates for 40% of the people who did not vote for them.
Mr. Vajpayee, people are not literate, the provisions are not there in the administration, the panchayat head could be politically linked, and therefore there may not be a possibility of those persons actually reaching the voter list and be able to do things like giving an undertaking. Please respond to it.
Sorry to say that the political parties are not performing their duties towards the citizens. If the poor people are there, if it doesn't have any document, kindly assist them. That's why 1.5 lakh BLA were appointed, because of this reason. Earlier, the political parties go to the residents, take out how many candidates are there, they got it included in the voter list. Why they are not doing it?
They
don't doubt
You want
ECI.
political party to run the
They
government.
are doing everything.
But they can facilitate the process.
Yes.
Why do you have polling agents at the board?
Is not ready to issue the certificate because those 40% did not vote.
One second.
Look at the kind of enmity people have in the village.
Ashwini, simple question. Even when you go to cast a vote, there are agents of every political party at the booth. Why are they there? To assist the voters. Why can they not assist in this process of registration?
Can an agent force a Gram Panchayat to issue a certificate to a villager?
They can just
What if the Gram Panchayat doesn't issue those certificates?
The BLA can
Moreover, you have been telling Aadhaar card is a document for everything. People spend years to get an Aadhaar card. In India, the process is such a way that it takes years to get some good valid document. You have been advocating for Aadhaar card. People got Aadhaar card over the period of years. Now you are telling the document is not valid.
Okay. The document is not valid.
Can I help him? BLA can reach out to I.N.D.I.A and I.N.D.I.A can identify with the help of the BLA and can include him. It's there. That's what I said. There's a 12th provision.
Okay. I'm going to come over to Shyam. There is also the provision. Once again, the intensive revision. I don't know if people know the difference between a summary revision and intensive revision. The biggest difference is that in the intensive revision, you have field teams, they go over the old voter list and they physically verify. If they can physically verify at the residence XYZ individuals, then why should that not happen in the case of those who don't have identity or those who don't have documents? They can go and physically verify if they're staying there at the residence. Is it not?
No, the problem is very different. Actually, with all due respect, ECI want to make this democracy very mechanical. And my opposition party want to make it, very exclusive for few people. The many people have already left their state for other state in search of employment. And if you look at the 2003 SIR, the ECI had already a long discussion with the parties. Here it has come all of a sudden, and they decided everything. So this is a very, paradox of our democracy. The institution, which is a constitutional body, like behaving in a hasty manner, that is a big challenge for us in defense of the people at margin. This is a bigger question. Please try to understand, speaking from New Delhi and speaking from the remote village of Kosi is a big difference. Try to understand. We have to understand what Gandhi was talking about the person at the last man. Even Dr. Ambedkar was talking all the people who at margins. So this is why there is a hurry.
Obviously, nobody is saying any man should be deleted from the voter list. That's not anybody's case. The point over here is there are provisions where people can be included. Is migration a valid concern, Sheikh? He says that this is a serious question in terms of migration. What will the migrants do? How will they cast their vote now?
No, well, you see, what has happened is migrants who have, go to work outside Bihar, invariably during election time, they are encouraged by the political parties, their village people to come back and vote. So that is a very precious right. What election commission is saying, if you are not, as per the provisions of the People's Representation Act, if you are not ordinarily a resident of that place, then it is better you take your vote to wherever you are resident. Now here what has happened is there is anxiety as to cutting your vote in one place and adding it in another place, because it's seen as a very complicated process. There is a genuine fear. Now, we cannot overlook the fact that there is a genuine fear at the voter level. And in Bihar, I'll tell you, it's one of the most politically conscious state where every person, no matter which caste he belongs, he is aware of all these things. That's why Aadhaar card you saw such a big drive and everybody got Aadhaar card, and even there is oversaturation. See, there is another problem. See, with the Aadhaar card, people have used it to get domicile certificate, which is also one of the requirements which you can verify. So there is a lot of anxiety and fear, and there is a time constraint, which is what Supreme Court pointed out. So there is a lot of fear and anxiety, but at the same time, for some political parties who are in the opposition to say that some of our voters could be illegal migrants and you cannot cut their vote, that is the unstated part which is coming out more clearly. In fact, opposition parties themselves should say that we should not have any foreign persons as voters. That should be the concern.
Okay, Professor Akhil, let Professor Akhil come in. Let Professor Akhil come in. Why is it that there is such a huge reluctance to say that if there are foreigners, let us cut them out? Because this appears to be once again pandering to vote bank politics is the charge coming in. Your response?
माधव जी, मैं एक वाजपेयी साहब से, आरपी सिंह साहब से प्रश्न पूछना चाहता हूं, बीच में कोई ना टोके, मेरे प्रश्न का कृपा करके जवाब दिला दीजिएगा। अगर वहां पे 1 करोड़ लोग ऐसे मिले जो वोटर नहीं बने और क्योंकि उनकी इंडियन सिटीजनशिप जस्टिफाई नहीं हुई तो उनको बे ऑफ बंगाल में फेंकेंगे या उनको बांग्लादेश फेंकेंगे और या उन्हें जेलों के अंदर डालेंगे, क्योंकि और इसमें 90% दलित मिलेंगे, इसमें मुसलमान कम मिलेंगे, दलित ज्यादा मिलेंगे। बाबा साहब भीमराव अंबेडकर बनाए हुए संविधान में दलितों और अति पिछड़ों के साथ हम अत्याचार नहीं होने देंगे।
नहीं, आप कैसे कह रहे हैं?
क्या
जो लोग कह रहे हैं कि दलित
होम मिनिस्ट्री का अधिकार है सिटीजनशिप डिसाइड करने का। अगर चुनाव आयोग सिटीजनशिप से छीनेगा क्योंकि वो सिटीजन नहीं है इसलिए वोटर आईडी नहीं मिलेगा, और उसके बाद कहां फेंकेंगे इनको? इनके सब राशन कार्ड वापस ले लेंगे,
कैसे छीना?
इनको राशन नहीं देंगे।
सिटीजनशिप कैसे छीना?
अरे जब वोटर आईडी देंगे इसका मतलब वो सिटीजन नहीं है, ये
वोटिंग का अधिकार, वोटिंग का अधिकार,
ये बांग्लादेशी कह रहे हैं।
हाउ दे आर लिंकिंग,
फेंकेंगे
बहुत ज्यादा आगे जा रहे हैं।
I'm allowing your argument. You can respond to Mr. Vajpayee. Essentially, many opposition parties are saying this is CA NRC coming in through the back door. Your response?
It is their apprehension only, nothing more than that. We, Election Commission of India, is a constitutional body. और एक बात और बताएं, यही खाली खैर ख्वाह है दलित के या पिछड़ों के, हम खैर ख्वाह नहीं है, अंतिम आदमी की हमको चिंता नहीं है। नहीं, ये कैसे बातें कर रहे हो आप? सवर्णों से क्या जिंदगी हम लोगों ने पिछड़ों की वकालत और पिछड़ों के हम लोग जाने जाते हैं। हम आपसे ज्यादा चिंता हमको है कि उनको वोट के निकलना जाए, और उसके लिए संविधान वाले नहीं है, आपको क्या बातें करी जा रही है? डिबेट को डाइवर्ट करने का सिलसिला है। कहाँ समझ आ गया? सब हम लोग समाजवादी हैं, आपसे ज्यादा हमको चिंता अपने को गुमराह न करिए, जनता को गुमराह न करिए।
How are you alleging? आपने अगर मनुस्मृति पढ़ी है कि नहीं पहले ये बताइए, और how are you alleging LJP is pushing मनुस्मृति?
कमाल हो गया भाई।
देखिए बाबा साहब भीम, ये हमारा संविधान विश्व का सबसे अच्छा संविधान है।
मनुस्मृति
विश्व का
पढ़ी है कि नहीं बताइए हमें।
उसमें ये लिखा गया है कि दलितों को शास्त्र पढ़ने का अधिकार नहीं है।
सर आपने पढ़ी है?
बिल्कुल पढ़ी है। वेद और शास्त्र पढ़ने का अधिकार नहीं है।
किस भाग,
दलितों
किस सूत्र में? किस
अब
सूत्र
ये
में?
मैं कोई यार, मैं फाइनेंस ऑफिसर हूँ, मनुस्मृति पढ़ी है, लेकिन ये मनुस्मृति लागू करना पता नहीं, ये बाबा साहब भीमराव अंबेडकर का संविधान नहीं। आप बताइए, आप बताइए
प्रो मनुवादी पार्टी, आई थिंक
आप बताइए,
creative leap. That is the only reason I've asked you that question. Let's come back to that question. No, आप कह रहे हैं कि LJP a party that has that they are pro manu.
क्या हो गया आपको? हमारा इतिहास तो पढ़ लीजिए।
लेकिन एंटी दलित हैं।
अरे भाई
लेकिन एंटी दलित
परिवार में पैदा हुए।
We are diverting. Let me come back. And I'm reading from this is relevant. Once again, this is relevant to the citizenship issue. I want you to come in on this, Navyan. This is what the electoral roll manual specifically says. That in case of an objection filed in Form 7 seeking the deletion from the electoral roll on the ground that the person objected to is not a citizen of India, the onus of proof shall initially lie on the objector. So therefore, there is a very, very serious provision being given here that only the objector, if there are reasons and grounds given after the process of hearing, after the due process is followed, that a person's name will be deleted from the voter list. What is the issue here?
Very important. Agar, if they delete the name from the voter list, will he be the resident of India or not? One question, a very valid question raised by sir. If he is not treated as the citizen of India, उसके साथ क्या करेंगे? उसको इंडिया से बाहर निकाल देंगे, नहीं निकाल देंगे? आपकी डिबेट में ये क्लियर कर दिया इन लोगों ने. अभी वाजपेयी साहब ने कहा कि वो सिटीजन तो रहेंगे, लेकिन वोट नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो आप समझ लीजिए ना,
रेजिडेंट रहेंगे,
वो रेजिडेंट रहेंगे. बीजेपी का so let me complete sir. I'll just take 30 seconds. Let me complete. वो सिटीजन, वो रेजिडेंट तो रहेंगे, लेकिन वोट नहीं कर पाएंगे. मतलब बीजेपी जीतेगी. मतलब पर्पस सिर्फ बीजेपी को जिताना है और कोई पर्पस नहीं है. Number 2,
documents are available. If documents are available, 11 documents plus undertakings given. Then one by one, please. If those documents are available, there is about 3 months of time for the process to be completed. Within these 90 days, it's a fairly substantial time to be able to submit it. Do you not agree?
मैं तो ये बोल रहा हूँ सर, this is the duty of Election Commission of India to make every Indian citizen vote.
Yes.
ये ड्यूटी है इलेक्शन उनको करना है.
ये तो वही कह रहे हैं.
जनता के ऊपर आपने ये कहा कि जनता प्रूफ करे. आपने ये कह दिया कि जनता प्रूफ करे कि मैं प्रेसिडेंट हूं. लेकिन हमारे देश में जनता को प्रूफ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ये इलेक्शन कमीशन की ड्यूटी है कि वो प्रूफ करे. अगर वो 3 महीने में प्रूफ कर सकते हैं, या जो लोग रह जाएंगे जो रियल में सिटीजन होंगे लेकिन वो वोट नहीं कर पाएंगे, तो किसकी कमी है? किसकी कमी है? नंबर 1. नंबर 2, ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट की बात कर रहे थे. आई विल जस्ट कंप्लीट इन 10 सेकंड्स. ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट की कर रहे थे. कितने ऑर्डर सुप्रीम कोर्ट के मानते हैं? सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर था कि जो चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर का सिलेक्शन होगा उसके अंदर जो है वो चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया होगा. इन्होंने ऑर्डिनेंस लाके क्यों पलटा? क्यों ये मिनिस्टर को लेके आए प्रधानमंत्री के साथ? इनकी इंटेंशन में खोट है. सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर था कि दिल्ली की जो सरकार है उसका मुखिया जो होगा वो मुख्यमंत्री.
What you are saying is partially true. Yes, the Supreme Court order did that, but the Supreme Court also gave some leeway to the government. Check it out.
Yeah, you see, this is not going to overnight. People are going to be completely lose their vote. There is going to be examination, but at the same time, we must remember what happened in Assam. A period of over the years, over decades, this part was neglected, and lot of illegal migrants became voters. And Assam is before us. And there are
please, we have very limited time now.
There has been concern about demographic changes in the border districts of Bihar, and I'm telling you, the bigger challenge is going to come when the S.I.R is taken up in West Bengal. In West Bengal too, there is a problem where a number of people there is a racket going on in states like Bengal. Organized gangs get people across the border and they get them issued Aadhaar card, voter card, PAN card and everything. This is a reality which is there.
You say
that is what exactly. That is why. That is exactly the reason. That is exactly the problem.
Last 10 years in Bihar, I think his point. He is saying that there are fake IDs and there are state government. That is the problem he is making.
Madhav, it enjoins upon the responsibility of opposition parties also to ensure that illegal migrants do not become voters. If they have become voters, they should ban those voters. Instead of that, they won't embrace them because they fear. Without them, they will
लीगल माइग्रेंट हो गया. गरीब आदमी लीगल माइग्रेंट हो गया.
सर, अगर आपके पास प्रूफ है and if of residence, there are multiple ways which we have discussed.
अरे तो जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट कह रहा है उसको मानते क्यों नहीं है? सुप्रीम कोर्ट कह रहा है मानते क्यों नहीं है?
ऑनरेबल जस्टिस ने ये कहा कि अगर मुझसे आज ये आधार हटाएंगे नहीं,
they will perhaps reply. But I want to ask a simple question to you, Ashwini. These are the years. I'm just going to read out the years. The Election Commission has exercised its powers under the various acts, including the Representation of People Act and Registration of Electors Rules 1960. We have seen 61, 65, 66, 83, 87, 89, 92, 93, 95, 2002, 2003, 2004, intensive revision of electoral rolls. If this is constitutionally mandated, if this has been done in past governments, why is this so contentious today?
Madhav, first of all, let's stop this narrative that opposition is asking illegal migrants to become the voter of India. We never ask, and let's throw out all the illegal migrants. You ask me a question, let me reply.
Who are the
What
extra
we are
26%?
asking is all the legal citizens of India should be allowed to vote. That is what we are demanding. Every citizen of India, because it is against natural justice as well.
Are you saying that everyone who has Aadhaar is a citizen? One second. Are you saying everyone who has Aadhaar is a citizen of India?
Yes.
One second. Let him answer.
Let him answer. If we look at the 11 documents what ECI is
no,
telling.
answer my question.
No.
Are all those who have been issued Aadhaar, can you guarantee they are all citizens of India? Yes or no?
But all those who are having all the 11 documents are the only citizens of India.
No, Aadhaar. All those who have Aadhaar.
They are asking
answer my question. Yes or no? Everyone who has an Aadhaar today, do you believe honestly that they are citizens of India? Yes or no?
It is responsibility of government to
Of
ensure
course
the
it's
Aadhaar is given
What
to
do you
the
believe?
citizens of
What do
India.
you
If it is
believe?
not given, then government should.
What do you believe? What do you
Government
believe?
should resign on the first
Yes
place.
or no? Yes or no? Are they all
This is
citizens or not?
government data. Government should tell whether they are citizens of
I am
India or
asking
not.
a specific question. Everyone who has Aadhaar, do you believe they are all citizens? Yes or no question?
I'll
Give me a
answer
yes
the
or no
question, but
answer.
let me finish the point I was trying to
answer
make.
the question. I am
See,
asking
the
a point
problem
because
is
this is relevant. This is fundamental to this debate. Is everyone, if there are 126% people in a given district, whether saturation is 26% more than the total population
Everybody
who have been given an
card is a legal
Aadhaar,
voter.
then how do you believe that everyone who has an Aadhaar is a citizen?
Yes.
Because
how do you believe that?
by
One
the
second.
government to the citizens of India.
You made it.
UID does it.
That is what the
UID
government
does it.
data says.
That is what they are saying. So it's proof of identity and not proof of citizenship. This is exactly the point. Even you are not taking a clear stand on
Hindus
it.
are also
1 minute.
illegal
1
migrants.
They could be illegal migrants.
Arey wah.
They could be. That is the point they're making. Because an illegal Bangladesh migrant has one and
Madhav, there are chances that 15%. Madhav, there are chances 15% people in Bihar will not have all these 11 documents. That's the kind of predictions.
इन्हें समुद्र में फेंकेंगे.
उन 15% लोग में कम से कम 10-12% तो सिटीजन भी होंगे. मान लिया 3% इलीगल माइग्रेंट है. और अगर 15% इलीगल माइग्रेंट हैं बिहार में, तो गवर्नमेंट को डूब मरना चाहिए इतने इलीगल माइग्रेंट आ गए
समुद्र के अंदर.
आरपी सिंह
मैं अपेक्षा करूंगा बोलेंगे नहीं, बीच में सुन लेंगे एक बार.
झारखंड वासी है, वो किसी भी सोच से हो, किसी भी तबके से हो,
आधा
उसको
सेकंड.
450 रुपए में गैस सिलेंडर दिया.
आपकी आवाज कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा आरपी सिंह जी. आप पैराफ्रेज करके बताइए ना.
इनके नेता जाकर झारखंड में कहते हैं घुसपैठियों को भी हम सुविधा देंगे. सारा खेल इस बात का है. ये मैं नहीं कह रहा. गुलाम मीर इनके नेता झारखंड के जो इंचार्ज थे वो जाकर कह रहे हैं कि घुसपैठियों
बीजेपी वालों को नहीं समझ में आती.
घुसपैठियों चिंता मत करो. कांग्रेस पार्टी है आपके लिए. सारी दिक्कत यहाँ पर है. This is a process of inclusion of citizens, not defranchising the citizens of the country.
आप सो रहे हो.
Okay. Respond to that. Ashwini must respond to that. This is your party. Gulam Mir, Mr. Akhil Giri would like to take that question. Why is it that you go and appeal that you will give illegal migrants the rights in this country? Why is it that your leaders like Gulam Mir says that? He's quoting Gulam Mir in
the
Jharkhand.
statements of individuals.
Does the election commission has a right? And I'm again asking the same question.
It has a right.
If 1 crore Hindus are found illegal immigrants,
only
would you throw them in the sea? क्या करेंगे उनके साथ? गुलाम मीर, जवाब दें.
Does that mean you'll allow illegal migrants?
इनके नेता बोलते हैं सारे मुसलमानों को पाकिस्तान चले जाना चाहिए.
सबको निकाल दो. That is not correct. That is not correct. That is not correct. No. One second. I've asked many questions. One second. Calm down, gentlemen. Please calm down.
राशन कार्ड बना दिया.
This question is from a Congress leader, Mr. Akhil Giri. Please, Professor Giri, please calm down. Simple question that I'm asking you over here, Akhil Swami. Simple question that I'm asking you here is this: that if you have leaders in an election campaign saying that we are going to provide facilities to illegal infiltrators, do you agree with that statement here or not?
So BJP के
My question should be answered.
Answer my question first.
Suppose 1 crore people are illegal immigrants.
You have made that point. We have debated that. If you don't have an answer, then go to Ashwini. Ashwini, simple question. Do you agree with what Mr. Meera said?
Neither we support that statement, nor we support the statement where we say that all Muslims should go to पाकिस्तान. जो हिंदुओं के खिलाफ वो तुम्हारे मंगलसूत्र छीन लेंगे. ये तुम्हारे मंगलसूत्र छीन लेंगे. सारा इलेक्शन के टाइम पे बोला गया था. मंगलसूत्र कौन छीनने आएगा?
हिंदुस्तान क्या छोड़ेगा?
इलेक्शन के टाइम पे हमारे मोदी जी क्या बोलते हैं? What I'm trying to tell is don't generalize.
Let us not fight
Don't generalize the statement by individual as
leader
because if we go by that way, Modi ji has said so many things. Modi ji has मंगलसूत्र छीने तक की बात की उन्होंने।
इलेक्शन जीते हैं।
Okay, calm down. Nivan, simple question over here. The ultimate question is this. Do you support statements such as this like Mr. Ghulam Mir, where he says in Jharkhand election that we will support illegal immigrants, we will give them all the facilities? Is that something that you support?
इससे भी डिस्टर्बिंग स्टेटमेंट बताऊं आपको, बीजेपी के लीडर्स ने दी थी और ट्वीट किया था इनके मिनिस्टर ने और कहा था कि हम रोहिंग्यास को बसा रहे हैं दिल्ली में, फ्लैट्स देंगे, सिक्योरिटी देंगे, सुरक्षा देंगे, बिजली देंगे। ये बीजेपी ने कहा कि नहीं कहा, आप चेक कर लो। ये मैं सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहता हूं कि बीजेपी को बीजेपी को रोहिंग्या से कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, इलीगल इमिग्रेंट से कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। इनको दो चीजों से प्रॉब्लम है, एक तो इनको चुनाव जीतना है, दूसरा इनको गरीबों से प्रॉब्लम है। ये दिल्ली के अंदर जीत कर आए, गरीबों से वोट लेकर आए, कैरम बोर्ड खेलते थे, उनकी झुग्गियों में झुग्गियां तोड़ दी। पूछा किसके पास है आधार कार्ड, किसके पास नहीं है? ये गरीबों के दुश्मन है। ये जानते हैं गरीब इनको वोट नहीं करते, ये जानते हैं गरीब बीजेपी को वोट नहीं करते, ये जानते हैं गरीब को अगर उजाड़ देंगे तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला। और मुद्दा बन जाएगा कि हम इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स को उजाड़ रहे हैं। दिल्ली के अंदर झुग्गियां उजाड़ी, कितने वहां पे इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स है, कितने हिंदू हैं, कितने मुसलमान हैं, इनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। गरीबों का वोट काट के केवल चुनाव जीतना चाहते हैं।
सीधी बात है कि वे चैलेंज, एक भी झुग्गी दिल्ली में नहीं तोड़ी गई, एक भी झुग्गी नहीं तोड़ी गई।
मेरे साथ चलिए, हजारों झुग्गियां, मैं खुद गया हूं झुग्गियों में, मैंने खुद वीडियोस डाली है वहां जाके। छोटे छोटे बच्चे जो हैं गरीबों के दुश्मन लोग हैं, हम लोग बिजली दे रहे थे, पानी दे रहे थे, इनके नेता का
आप किसी की भी आवाज किसी को सुनाई नहीं दे रही बिकॉज यूर ऑल शाउटिंग ओवर ईच अदर। दिस दैट long ago डॉक्टर आरपी सिंह, डॉक्टर ए.के. वाजपेयी, शेखर अय्यर, अश्विनी कुमार मिश्रा, प्रोफेसर अखिल स्वामी, श्याम कुमार as well as Nivan Sharma. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this edition of the National Debate.